Hello, folks, and welcome to our live stream watch along of. Oh, hang on. Am I even on? I think I'm on. Is my mic working? Hello? No? There we go. Right, yep. Hello, and welcome to our live stream watch along of tonight's Women's Super League match between Chelsea women and Arsenal women. So, Chelsea, of course, the defenders of the Women's Super League, and Arsenal trying to go up against them to try and nick the title off Emma Hayes before she sets off to the USA later on in the year, come the end of the season, pretty much in May. So, big game tonight at Stamford Bridge, and of course, with Chelsea top of the league, Arsenal will feel as though they definitely need to get something out of this, even though it is away from home. And of course, what they're also going on about is that this is the last time that Emma Hayes and Onus Idefau will go face to face in the WSL. I mean, we all know why with Emma Hayes going to the States. The Onus Idefau, of course, you'd imagine will stick around for Arsenal for at least another season. But yes, this will be the last time it is a Chelsea-Arsenal clash for Emma Hayes after so many years as manager of the Blues. So game's actually been, the kickoff's actually been a bit delayed apparently. Just as we start the stream, it's all delayed. But anyway, we're live, we're getting ready for the kickoff. Get in touch on the live chat page and we'd love to read your comments and messages about the game or anything else in that matter. And vote on our poll on who you think is going to win the game. And at the moment, it looks as though Arsenal are the favourites at 73%. Chelsea are second favourites at 30%. The percentages keep changing all the time. You can even be really boring and sit on the fence and vote for a draw. But yes, at the moment, it looks as though there is a kickoff delay, but I'm not actually sure why that is. Let me just see if I could go on Twitter and just find out. But actually, already the Chelsea, some of the Chelsea bench players are already sat down and ready to go. Apparently, it was because of a clash of kits or something like that. So that I'm not sure of. Let me just go on Twitter and just find out. But Stamford Bridge crowd looks good for the game tonight. And apparently Thiago Silva is at the game tonight watching at Stamford Bridge. But I'm not finding anything to say why the game has been delayed. But we could go through the team in just a moment. Not sure. But let's go through the squad, shall we? Let me share on the web. So that is your starting lineup. Let me just maybe zoom it in a little bit more so you can see it a bit better. But there it is. The starting lineup for both teams. Let's start off for Chelsea. So you got Hannah Hampton in goal again, who has surprised me by being the number one choice goalkeeper in the last few months for Emma Hayes. I must admit, when she joined Chelsea, I honestly did not expect her to be number one. I thought she'd be third choice, but she bought her for a reason, and I'm glad to see that we've got one of our England goalkeepers getting the game time, especially ahead of a Swedish international and a German international. That is especially two world-class goalkeepers, you could say, in Musovic and Ann-Katrin Berger. So in defence for Chelsea, it's Perisic as the right back. It's actually her 50th appearance tonight for Chelsea. So quite a landmark against a club like Arsenal in what is a title race showdown. Booking in the centre half at right centre back. Then Jess Carter, who we know is normally a wing back, but she's playing as a centre half since Millie Bright, I believe, is not available at this moment in time. She is injured. And Liam Choles playing at left back. So two in front of that back four of Erin Cuthbert of Scotland and Melanie the Poles of Germany. And there's a midfield three from right to left. Kanerid, Nuskin and Gora Reeton. And on her own up front is probably the most deadliest player for Chelsea without Sam Kerr. It is Lauren James playing the centre forward role, it looks like, in a 4-2-3-1 formation. And then for Arsenal, They're going, it looks as though, according to Google, they're going to line up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. So both teams playing like chess. They're not giving up any gaps, it seems, with these formations. So Zinsberger in goal. Back four is Catley as left back. Ruben Moy alongside the captain of Leah Williamson, our centre halves for the evening. And Katie McKay playing at right back, who McKay may be playing as a defender, but she loves a goal here and there. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see her have a shot or two at the Chelsea net if she can. Leah Walty playing in defensive midfield along with Pelova on the right. Beth Mead on the far right-hand side with Kim Little as the centre half. In behind Blackstenios and Caitlin Ford playing at left on the left wing, it seems. But looking at the bench, it looks as though Alicia Russo is starting on the bench for Arsenal, which did surprise me, but maybe she's not fully fit. That I'm not so sure about. Frida Manham is also on the bench for the Gunners. And then when we look at Chelsea, actually, Musovic is going to be the second choice goalkeeper tonight instead of Anne Katrinberger. Fran Kirby on the bench, as well as Ashley Lawrence and Sophie Ingalls. So the formation, the backup for Chelsea, there isn't that much depth there for forwards, I don't think. Maybe Aggie Beaver-Jones could be having a say later on in the game. But that is your squad and starting lineups for the game tonight. Now, you've probably just joined us and wondered what's going on. Jamie, we're 6 minutes past the hour and it's no sign of kickoff yet. So the kickoff's been delayed, and I heard it was because of a clash of kits. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that means did Arsenal turn up with the home colours and they were told not to, even though that wouldn't really be a problem. Red and white versus blue. What's wrong with that? But I have no idea. Arsenal do have away colours of, this season they've got this bizarre pink one. It is, Arsenal fans seem to love it, but I don't know if it's just for the women's team. I can't remember. Have we got some comments coming in? Yes, we do. We've got some messages. We've got William Prisley saying Chelsea will win. Kate saying evening. Hello, Kate. Hope you're well. Layla and Lily asking, are you going to show the match of when it starts so I can watch it, please? Lol. Sadly, it is a watch along this, so it's just like a hangout party while the game is on. But I will try and explain and describe exactly what's happening in the game. But at the moment, there is no game because they haven't kicked off yet, and I'm trying to find out what is going on with this delayed kickoff. Any more tweets that have come out? Let me just let's go on the Chelsea women's Twitter account. Maybe that'll tell us. Oh, due to an Arsenal kit issue. Oh, dear. So, I'm on Twitter now, as you can probably see. But yeah, it's due to delayed for an indefinite period due to an Arsenal kit issue. We'll keep you updated. What are the comments? I wonder what the issue is with the Arsenal kit. Let's see if Arsenal's have put anything on Twitter, but I'd imagine we're not going to get more news. Hopefully, it's not too big of a delay. Want to see some football? No, that's the lineup. Yeah, they've also said exactly the same thing, same words and everything. What are the comments saying? We are the best team, says an Arsenal fan. Someone trying to just sell their Nigeria shirts, it looks like. I get mixed up with these blue ticks now. I'm not really a regular Twitter user, but I noticed that there's more blue ticks these days because I think you can just pay for it, can't you, since Elon Musk took over. I'm not sure what's going on about all the kits, but that's where we're at. But I'll leave the lineup for you folks for now. That's the lineup for both teams. Let's read more of your messages. Kate goes, how can you not realise there's going to be a clash of kits? I know. I mean, I wonder if it is a clash of kits. That's what the presenter on Sky Sports was saying, but Twitter, it would seem it's maybe another issue. It might be, did Arsenal not bring enough shirts? I'm not sure. But you got to remember, this isn't a stadium that Chelsea women play in every week. You know, they mainly play at Kings Meadow with a splash of a handful of games at Stamford Bridge, so it is a bit hit and miss. For Arsenal, of course, they normally play between Emirates and Boreham Woods ground, so I do wonder if the logistics of kits and all that can be a bit of a pain because they're not always playing in the same stadium when it comes to their home matches, at least. But the crowds look great tonight. I don't know what the expectancy is or what the attendance is going to be, but we'll find out, I'm sure. But the fact that we're now starting to see grounds like Stamford Bridge, Emirates consistently get full. Next weekend, the Etihad Stadium's hosting the Manchester derby of Man City versus Man United. It's all there. The Women's Super League. When's it going to be? When are we going to actually have it where maybe the main stadiums of the men's team is also going to host all the women's matches? Could that be possible? Can the pitch deal with that? Can the groundwork staff deal with more matches happening throughout a football season? It's mad to think because when the Women's Super League started, it was a summer league. It wasn't actually a winter league, but they changed that. And that's what the international players wanted, especially the England players, so that they could inline with the European leagues and be able to be prepared for the World Cup and stuff like that. So still waiting for this game to kick off. 11 minutes delayed. I'm not sure when kickoff's expected. I'm sure if Sky had any more news, they would put it as a message, but there is nothing at the moment. So, real pain that. We need kickoff, folks. Kate says blue ticks seem to be more likely to be bots nowadays. Absolutely. We got Aaron getting in touch. Hello, Aaron. Checking the poll again. It looks as though Chelsea are still... Normally, Chelsea would be favourites on our poll when we do these live watch-alongs. But no, that is not the case here. Arsenal are the favourites at 60%. But anyway, the match, the Sky are going on to advert. So, any updates, Arsenal? Any updates? Oh, well, actually, let's go on the BBC Sport website. They might know a bit more. So, yeah, they're all saying the same thing. Absolute pain. There's a fact for you. Chelsea versus Arsenal is the most played fixture in Women's Super League history, 27, including this game, with the head-to-head record perfectly balanced at 10 wins each and 6 draws. Oh, I like that. So according to BBC at 6:58, 2 minutes before the original kickoff time, they're saying that kickoff has been delayed due to a kick clash, but it's not clear yet how long kickoff has been delayed for. Absolute nightmare, because they literally announced it on Sky 2 minutes before the kickoff, so it must have been very last minute. I presume 7 p.m. kickoff was always expected, but that's not... Oh, hang on, here we go. Kickoff is going to be at 7:30, folks. Fantastic. So there you go, 7:30. I'm just going to put that message out on the live chat, just in case you can't hear me. There we go. So kickoff delayed until 7:30 p.m. So a half-hour delay, but we're not far away, are we, folks? Andrew Hayes also confirming that on our live chat page. Cool. So actually, I'll tell you what, while we're here, let's go through some news in the women's football over the last few days. Bit of discussion before we get on it. Kate saying that there's some fans on Twitter saying it's socks. Oh dear. Let's find out what's going on in the latest of women's football. Oh, no, it's not letting me. Hang on, I might need to change that again. There we go, women's football news. And BBC are going to show the Women's FA Cup semi-finals, it looks like. So when are they going to be? Chelsea to travel to Man United. What looks to be... Actually, they're both on the Sunday. And that's great. They're both on BBC 2 and 1. So the game between Tottenham and Leicester will be on BBC 2 with kickoff at 12 p.m. That is on Sunday, 14th of April. And then straight after that, they're going to show the Chelsea, Manchester United hosting Chelsea, which was last year's final at Wembley Stadium, which sadly, as a Man United fan, I went to, and it didn't end the way I hoped. But hopefully we've got another chance to this time. But they've got to beat Chelsea, the holders, at home on BBC One at 20 to 3 on Sunday, 14th of April. And then the final will be at Wembley on May 12th. So that's some announcement there. So for any of you wondering where the games are going to be on, the semis will be on BBC One and BBC Two. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me, mute my mic so you didn't have to hear that. Any other big stories going on? Of course, there's been some stories over, I believe it was the Leicester City coach. Apparently he's had a relationship with one of his players, which I don't know how you take that. Is that professional? Obviously, probably not. But they have had some of the managers speak. They have had some of the managers speak to the press. Some of the WSL managers, including Jonas Eideveld, saying, you shouldn't be dating one of your footballers when you're a manager, and the same from Emma Hayes and also the Aston Villa manager. No way. That's brilliant. Kate's got in touch on a live chat page saying Sky just confirmed it's because they both had white socks. Arsenal have now bought black socks from the mega store. When you say mega store as well, have they had to put money into Chelsea's club store? They won't be happy about that. Any club, but not Chelsea to them. Well, actually warming up wearing black socks, it looks like. Just watching Kim Little, she's warming up. She's in the starting lineup. Very interesting. But anyway, but is there still stories about what's happened? Let's go to the popular. Wow, look at this from the Telegraph. At least 36 player-coach relationships suspected across women's football. And there's someone here, according to BBC Sport, there's someone. Teammate relationship in women's football, challenging but not inappropriate, says Anita Sante, who is a former footballer herself. She says relationships between teammates can be challenging but not inappropriate. And said on, this was after Emma Hayes said on Thursday that player-coach relationships and player-to-player relationships are inappropriate. Hayes also said relationships between teammates can be hard for a coach to navigate. And in all fairness, Emma Hayes herself had to deal with that because I don't know what the situation was, but we all kind of knew that Magna Eriksson and Pernille Harder, when they were playing for her at Chelsea, and they only left last summer, I'd like to think we knew for at least a couple of seasons while they were playing for Chelsea that they were going out. They were together. So I'm not sure. Maybe it was last summer that, despite how good those two players are, and in terms of experience, and you could say world-class players that they had there at Chelsea, Emma Hayes probably thought, no, I've got to be professional. I can't keep these two here. So that's probably what happened. But both of them have now gone to, they've gone to Bayern Munich. They both went together. But again, I guess I'm probably touching something that doesn't really matter because it's about coaches and the players, not the players themselves. But could the coach who's dating a player from the team also go, well, how come the players are okay to mingle, but I'm not with my players? Don't know. There's I think in every workplace you're always going to have it where it's like if the boss of a shop is going out with one of their colleagues that are beneath them, then it's obviously some can see that as biased. For example, I don't know. It's a tricky one, but that's what they're all talking about at the moment, it seems. But Asante is clearly saying that it could probably still be a thing, but it's not a simple situation to deal with. So in case you just wondered, folks, and you just joined us, the game hasn't started yet. It'll start at 7:30 in approximately 9 minutes time, just because Arsenal, it's according to Kate on our live chat page, this is because they had the wrong coloured socks, so they had to purchase black ones from the mega store. And actually, when looking at their socks, there is like a dark blue strip on the top of their socks while they're warming up. So I'd imagine they have had to go and buy them from the Chelsea megastore, which is quite hilarious. But that's what they've had to do. They can't play until they had to sort it. And Arsenal players have just had a quick warm-up, and now they're heading back into the tunnel to get themselves ready for kickoff in about 9 minutes' time. So the Daily Mail is saying that Chelsea women at civil war over romantic relationships. Defender Jess Carter, who is dating keeper, likes tweets calling Emma Hayes is beyond bonkers after she said couples in teams is inappropriate. Jess Carter is in a relationship with a Chelsea teammate, Anne Katzenberger. I'll be honest, I didn't know that until yesterday. I had no idea until I learned that yesterday. It also says that the damage has already been done. Not even beating Liverpool can save 10. Oh no, that's just someone else. So apparently Jess Carter's liked a string of social media posts that called her manager Emma Hayes. Emma Hayes is beyond bonkers after the 47-year-old coach criticised player-to-player relationship within women's football teams. But yeah, I didn't know they were going out, Jess Carter. And well, there's a picture of them there. Yeah, I didn't know that. Someone on Twitter saying that it's beyond bonkers to bring player/player relationship into this conversation. I don't know what to think of it. I mean, like I say, we've seen a few women's footballers going out with one of their teammates, and it seems pretty obvious. So I'm not sure. I don't really care too much about it. Whatever's easiest for the manager, I guess. But there's clear pictures there that Carter and Anne Katzenberger are clearly good to go. I mean, look, we got Beth Mead and Vivian Medema, and Jonas Heideval was also going on about saying that he kind of agrees with Emma Hayes. So that's the bit I'm confused about, because you've got two teammates there that are going out, and you've got Sam Kerr, who is going out with another footballer, but that is Kirsty Mewis, who plays for West Ham. So yeah, pictures galore. But yeah, don't know. We'll have to find out what happens. But anyway, we're all about the football. And if you've just joined us, that is a live video printer to your bottom right. So that'll keep you up to date on scores coming up. And finally, there's a bit of a light show going on at Stamford Bridge, which should have happened about half an hour ago. Let's read some of your messages. Nathan saying, bound to be a bloody tactic from Emma Hayes this. Oh, as in what she said yesterday. I won't be surprised. Kate saying they've had to stick tape over the Chelsea socks. You can't write. I love stories like that. I think it's brilliant. I know it's an accident, but it is brilliant. And then Kate said, like, over the logo, they've had to stick over it. And Nathan has said, hashtag sockgate. I do run like a little football shirt shop on the side on eBay. And feel free to give it a follow on Instagram, which is Shirt Pulling Shop. All one word, all lowercase, Shirt Pulling Shop. It's a cartoon picture of Georgie Collini pulling Bakia Saka's shirt, which is famous, but I got it redone in a drawing, basically. And that's why I kind of got inspired with the name Shirt Pulling. But anyway, we do try and post stuff on there about funny stories of kits and all that, so that'll definitely be mentioned later, I'm sure. Maggie saying, where do I watch this in Australia with no Optus Sport? I might be wrong, but I think this might be on FA Player outside the UK, which I think is free. But I thought Optus Sport would be showing this because they normally have the WSL games, I think. But here we are. Abigail Fernandez has asked for score predictions. I'll tell you what, I'll put mine in on the live chat and join you on that. And then I'll do and then if anyone else wants to share theirs, feel free to. Alright. This is a brave one for me, but I'm going for Chelsea 1, Arsenal 2, and I've put it on the live chat page. So if I get it wrong, you know, you can reference that. It's there on record. Well, they're finally coming out. Finally, the game's going to get underway. We're half an hour delayed, but here we are. And Arsenal finally have socks that they can use, but they're Chelsea socks. I just feel for any fans that need to get home straight after the game and probably figured, oh, great, half an hour delay. Thanks very much. There's a lot of Arsenal fans at this game today. The stadium looks full. In all fairness, Stamford, well, actually, maybe the upper tier of the main stand isn't full, but in all fairness, when Chelsea have Champions League games at Stamford Bridge, it's not exactly full. So this is probably the fullest I've seen it for a while with Chelsea women playing here. Hang on, we got some score predictions. Tekalote has said 2-2. I apologise if I pronounce this completely wrong. Rafiki Odeneka saying Chelsea 5, Arsenal 0. No, not today. They haven't got the depth to do that, to get that many goals, especially against a team like Chelsea. I mean, Lauren James is your main threat today. Gore Eaton on your left. Those are the two players that I'm always afraid of whenever they're up against my team of Man United. But Sam Kerr injured for the season. She's got an ACL, so that really damages their chances of maybe going for their first ever Champions League win. I just can't see anyone touching Barcelona, to be honest with you. Kate's going for 2-2 as well, so we've had at least two 2-2 score lines. I mean, you can vote on our poll as well, folks. I might end the poll and put a new one, and actually I might ask for everyone's first goal score. I can only put 4 options in, so I'll put 2 for Arsenal and 2 for Chelsea. I'll end that poll in just a bit. But currently Arsenal winning is the favourite on our poll at 59%. Well, they do say good things come to those who wait. We've only had to wait half an hour, but finally we're going to see this top of the table clash. that we've been waiting for quite a good while. Chelsea joint top with Manchester City on 37 points. Arsenal 3 points behind both of them. So you do feel as though if Arsenal lose this game tonight, it could be them out of this title race. Because after this match, there's only 6 games left. So finally, both sets of players are on the pitch. Arsenal going to be in their home colours, despite being the away team, in their usual red and white, but black socks covered with tape covering up the Chelsea badge. Yep, you can't write, and that's the reason why we haven't started the game until now. But at least it's not. At least it wasn't that. It wasn't bad news, was it? I worried that when they delayed it, something bad had happened. And we're about to begin. Both teams just taking the knee to make their voices heard, and then we will get underway. This could be an absolute cracking game. Who will it be then? Choose Chelsea or Arsenal? Chelsea straight away going deep with Lauren James. Shots blocked. McCabe kicks it in a different direction to avoid it from going into a for it to go behind the net and for a corner. Right, you've had your chance to vote on the poll of who you think's going to win. I'm going to set up a new one. Arsenal win that poll, but let's put in first to score. You know, it would be typical. I won't put in the player that scores first, probably in these options. But straight away, Chelsea going for it. Right, I've started the poll. I would normally put Russo in this, but she's on the bench, so I don't dare put her in. If I feel like players that are on the bench, I shouldn't. But anyway, there are your options. Lauren James, Blackstenios, Gore Eaton, Caitlin Ford, for who's going to score first. Goal kick for Arsenal. Currently on the back foot, Arsenal. They're just... Arsenal are used to playing in big atmospheres now. You know, they regularly play at the Emirates whenever... as long as the men's team aren't playing, they're pretty much there with them. Timothy Maling has gone for Chelsea to win 2-1. Evans just asking, why the delay, everyone? So the match was delayed by 30 minutes in terms of kickoff. So instead of it being 7 p.m. local time, it was instead 7:30 p.m. because Arsenal apparently had the wrong... I think they had white socks and they're not allowed to wear them because Chelsea are at home and they're wearing white socks with their full blue kit. And according to Kate on our live chat page, Arsenal had to go to the Megastore and buy plain black socks, or they've had to go to the Chelsea Megastore and buy their away socks, I think, which also has the Chelsea badge on them. So I think they've also had to tape them up and cover the badge. It's just... So actually, if that is the case, Arsenal are wearing Chelsea in their kit right now. I know they're covering up the badge, but whether they like it or not, they are wearing Chelsea. That is really funny. So Emma Hayes actually has the most wins out of the head-to-head between her and the Arsenal manager, Jonas Eiderval. Emma Hayes has 4 wins. Jonas Eiderval just one behind with 3 wins, 2 draws. So they've had 9 games between each other. And this is their 10th and last WSL game for a good while, it would seem, since Emma Hayes is off to the US to take on the US women's national team job. Yep, game's already on, folks. The match clock is... Oh, I'm looking. There we go. That way. that way on the scoreboard. So 3 minutes, nearly 4 minutes in. Arsenal have a throw and they're going to throw it backwards. What's everyone up to this weekend? Well, it seems as though Blackstenios is going to be the favourite to become the first player to score tonight. And you know what, folks? I'm going to put a bet on it. I won some credit recently on Bet365. Let's go for it. It is good, though, that this game is at, either Stamford Bridge or Emirates. I'm glad it is, because we did a watch along for this game. I think it was 2 years ago. Now, I can't believe it's been 2 years. It was February 2022. And you always felt like the league was probably between Arsenal and Chelsea 2 years ago. Even with, 3 months still left of the season. And it was at Chelsea were the hosts, and it was at Kings Meadow. And I remember owner Siderval saying, because I think they could only fit in 3,000 at King Meadow. And I remember owner Siderval said, fixtures like this, they need to be in the main stadiums. And he's right. And look, build it and they will come, and that's what we've got. Stamford Bridge is looking great tonight with its crowd. And look, I'm a neutral for this game tonight, but it's just unreal now, because we're seeing it more and more regular. The men's stadiums, especially the Premier League grounds, are also showing women's games regularly. It's fantastic. They've just brought stats up saying the goals scored in the first 15 minutes, the most this season in the WSL, is Arsenal with 8. Chelsea are third in that table with 6. And here they come now, Chelsea. They're going to get that 7th goal in the first 50 minutes of their season. Oh, no. It was a low ball cross, went across the Arsenal goal. Now it comes again from Erin Cuthbert. And Caitlin Ford couldn't clear it because she was dispossessed. And she's been left for dead. It's now with Erin Cuthbert who collects the pass. And after all that, Arsenal will kick it away. Melanie the Poles intercepts the loose ball. Here comes across for Chelsea. Couldn't pick out Cuthbert. But at the moment, it seems as though Chelsea are the main team. Anyway, I'm watching this. I need to put a bet on who I think is going to score first. I'm not sure if I should put Blackstenios, because at the moment, Arsenal are on the back foot, but it is early days, I guess. I've got a bet credit of £1.97. I can't go that nuts. Right, let's see if I can find it. First player. First goal. No, not. Come on. Players. Where's players? It takes forever to find what you're looking for. Okay, Blackstenios' odds were looking great. Now it's at 7-1. I'm going to do it. I've put 30p on Stina Blackstenios to score the first goal, folks. If I win, I get £2.10. Yay. Oh, and there's a... Oh, and... It looks as though Kim Little heard me and thought, no, I'm going to ruin this for you, Jamie, and have a shot. But thank you, Hannah Hampton. A girl who rejected me on a dating app has made sure she rejected her and kept my bet going. Kim Little picking up a pass from Beth Mead. And then Hannah Hampton, to be honest, she made the save, but it looked like it was going to approach the side netting. Corner to come though, but this is Arsenal who are trying to get the opening goal. Despite being on the back foot for the whole of this game so far, they're going to go for it. In front of the Arsenal travelling supporters as well. A lot of them are behind the goal. Actually, Nathan, who might still be watching this watch-along, he lives down south, and his mate and my mate Sam will be probably there tonight, supporting Arsenal. Well, they've just had a shot on target. Straight at Hannah Hampton. She did well to just stand her ground and stay on that near post. But yeah, Hannah Hampton, you know, definitely. Yeah, she did get called up, didn't she, for the England women's squad, I think. I'm sure she did. Wait, what am I saying? No, it's the England men's that had their squad announced this week. It's so easy to lose track. Here come Chelsea, though. Perisic. Oh. Instead, she's been pushed out wide. If you love your football streams, folks, we've got live commentary of Inter Milan versus Napoli. Oh, Perisic, great pass from Lauren James, but actually Zinsberger gets there at the end. Football catch-up time says hello, hello. Now with that logo and that badge on your profile picture, football catch-up time, I take it you're supporting Chelsea. Ha ha ha. Ruta says, hey, hello Ruta. Football catch-up time asking, why was the game delayed? Oh, what was the delay? Sorry. Yes, so basically, the match was a half-hour delay. It was supposed to kick off at 7 p.m. UK time, but instead it's been a 7:30 kickoff because Arsenal had the wrong coloured socks. So Chelsea are playing at home, so they obviously get to wear their white coloured socks. Arsenal looked as though they didn't get the memo, and apparently they had to go and buy black socks from the megastore at Chelsea, which there is the Chelsea badge is also on those socks, so apparently they've had to tape up the badges. So as we speak, Arsenal are wearing a piece of Chelsea kit right now, which is hilarious. But here come Arsenal in those Chelsea black socks. Oh, Black Stenios didn't quite get the kick there. TN reckons Chelsea will win 3-1. But do vote, folks, if you haven't yet. First player to score. Who's it going to be? Lauren James is what you lot are saying at the moment at 45%. Black Stenios at 39%, which I hope it is going to be her because I've put a 30p bet on it. My whole life is on that bet. I can't even remember how much I get back. £2 sold from it. I can't remember. Arsenal now on the far left. I'm going to just move my chair a little bit that way. There we go. Football catch-up time asking, who do you support? I'm a Man United fan, sadly. We've got Liverpool in the FA Cup this Sunday at Old Trafford. I'm looking forward to the game, but I'm not expecting us to win. But we've got to be motivated because we want to stop Liverpool from winning the quadruple. I keep thinking Man City did the quadruple last season, but they didn't, did they? Because we won the League Cup. Oh, here's Caitlin Ford, Kim Little. Oh, nearly, but Jess Carter just was in the right position to just stop Kim Little from breaking through there inside the Chelsea penalty area. Matt Black saying, asking, is this the Conte Cup final? No, this is the Women's Super League. But the women's at the Continental Cup's at the end of this month, which is, I believe, March 31st, Easter Sunday. Here's Lauren James. She might just go for it. There's no one around. You've got to go for it, mate. She's going to shoot. And Zinsberger. Oh, it's gone in. And my bet is ruined. Lauren James, which most of you went for, has scored the opening goal. 44% of you went for her. And she heard you. And she went for it and scored. But Zinsberger did save it. But then it carried on. She didn't put enough body behind the ball to stop it from going in. Chelsea 1-0 up, but they're celebrating now. They're doing a quick team huddle before they go get ready again. But it is Chelsea who take the lead. And I've completely screwed up my bet. So I will be not buying any pints tonight. My camera's just gone blurry. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Let me change the score. But the hosts ahead. And it's hard to really look past Chelsea at any match. Even when they don't have their best squad. Emma Hayes still does well with what she has. I think that's a 15th minute goal. If I write that incorrectly. So, Chelsea 1, Arsenal 0. And we did a Chelsea watch along last week in the Continental Cup in their semi-finals against City. And that was away from home. And despite how good Man City have been this season, Chelsea's still gone and got the win. But this is how good Lauren James is. You know, she is. I think she is the finished article. She turns up when her team needs it. And she's playing brilliantly. You know, she's just getting better and better, if you ask me. You know, she was on her own up there. She played like a centre forward. She did what she had to do and she scored. And it wasn't an easy goal. Luckily, she had a bit of luck because of Zinsberger not saving it. Not getting a full back behind it, that is. But here we are. So, yes, Chelsea 1, Arsenal 0. So we can end that poll on who's going to score first. Lauren James, 45% of you getting that correct for first player to score first. I'm trying to think of a new poll just to interact. I'm not sure at the moment. You know what? Is a really bizarre one. Actually, here come Arsenal. Forget my poll for a moment. Arsenal might score. No. Was that? Who was that? Was that Black Stenios making the wrong decision there with her cross? But Lottie Ruben-Moy brilliantly intercepts it in the midfield. Beth Mead with the cross. It looks like they were looking for Caitlin Ford. It didn't get to her at the end, the Australian. So I've put out a new poll and it does evolve around Lauren James. Oh, Kate saying that the tape was over the Nike logo as Arsenal sponsored by Adidas. But even so, they still paid them. They still paid Nike and Chelsea in that mega store. I think that's hilarious. But you're not going to cancel the game, are you, for TV and for the fans and for everyone watching around the world in what is probably the biggest game of the season so far. So that means if Chelsea do win this game, if it stands like this, Chelsea will go 3 points clear of Man City. But City play this weekend, so there's a chance that they can win their game and stay level with Chelsea. But Chelsea, with that experience and how successful they've been under the management of Emma Hayes, you expect them to still go and win it. Burgoyne saying, I'm in Wellington Spoons. Where are you, mate? At home, mate. If you can actually see me, I'm at home, you know, where I am when I do the watch-alongs. TN asking who will get the first yellow card. That's not a bad poll suggestion. I've just started another one though. But a lot of you probably going against what I'm suggesting. Can Lauren James get a hat-trick? 50% between you two at the moment. I mean, if Lauren James scores another, there's definitely a chance. By the way, she's only scored one. The scoreboard is up to date. But yeah, according to SofaScore, Lauren James the best player on the pitch so far, as you'd expect. Aaron Cuthbert behind her at 7 out of 10. Lauren James 7.6 out of 10. Abina Chelsea saying 3-0. We're going saying fancy a fight outside dough and oil. Yeah, you have a fight with the chair. Because we all know who's going to win that fight. I did have a lovely pizza the other day, named after Miles Davis, the musician himself. It was beautiful. You just had to be there. But instead, someone decided to go and see Career Alex play. I mean, my God. Laura James completely just done her opponent. Kicks it out wide to Gorita. She's got the space. No, unselfish of her. She decides to cross in instead. Cuthbert. Oh, and it's a second goal. Is it offside? At the moment, it isn't. But Chelsea are 2-0 up. Unless it's offside, as we've reached only 20 minutes in the game. But it is Nusken, I think, who scored. Is it Nusken? It is. It's a great goal. It was a low ball kick by Aaron Cuthbert. Probably would have gone wide. But Nuskin was just at the right place at the right time to just change the direction of that ball. And into the bottom left corner of the net. I've just got to remind myself. Was it? Yeah, it was Cuthbert. Great drilled shot. She's onside. They've just shown the replay. She's onside at Arsenal. Oh dear, is this them already bowing out of the WSL title race? Chelsea 2, Arsenal 0. So yeah, I've got it on the 20th minute. Oh no, it was actually the 21st minute. Goal time was at 20 minutes, 8 seconds. I'm not sure who scored it though. Hang on, here come Arsenal. Oh, it's offside. Nusken, it's her 5th WSL goal this season. I did not know she was German. But of course, Melanie the Pols is the other German international in tonight's starting lineup. But we did ask, can Lauren James get a hat-trick? And it's might just leave that on for a bit longer. Because at the moment, Chelsea, who knows? Could this be very one-sided? Let's see. Arsenal could just do getting a goal back soon, really. But Chelsea, Hannah Hampton, very well on it. Keeps the ball just inside the 18-yard box as she keeps it with her hands. But Erin Cuthbert, look at the space she had. Leah Williamson thought it was offside. Emma Hayes absolutely delighted in the replay. She celebrates, but you can tell she's not celebrating too much because she's wondering, she's probably thinking two things. It's too early in the game. Plenty of time still for Arsenal to try and come back, but also she probably feared that it might have been offside, but it wasn't. The lines, I don't know if it's a lineswoman or linesman, but they nailed it with the decision. Brilliant. There's no VAR in this game in the WSL. You don't. If you just get the right officials, they don't need VAR. Kate saying that 5-0 prediction isn't looking as ridiculous now. I know, I just completely ignored it, but now I'm starting to wish I put a bet on that instead of. I put Black Stenios to score first. How wrong I was, but I only lost 30p. 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 30 Abina Chelsea saying Chelsea 3-0. Said it again. Football catch-up time, who I'd imagine is an Arsenal fan, has said, damn it. Jose Comas says, hello, good afternoon. I'm from Argentina. I have a person who sends me a message and knows how to go through a Chelsea move. How can I contact him with a manager from the club? I guess I wouldn't know. That's a question way out of my knowledge. Maybe just contact the club media and hope, but they probably get requests like that all the time, so I'm not sure. Also, folks, if you're new to the YouTube channel, click that subscribe button for Let's Talk Sport. We do quite a bit of women's football watch-alongs when we can, especially the big games when we can. And we also like to do a bit of women's football match day vlogs, which is myself out with my mates, including Jamie Burgoyne, who apparently is a mate of mine. When I last checked, I don't remember that. But sorry, Burgoyne, I'm only joking. But you know, whenever we go out on a day out watching the Women's Super League, whether that's at Man United, Everton, Liverpool, you have it, you name it. We try and do a vlog when we can and just share the best bits in like a short 10-minute video or whatever. So keep an eye out for them. And there are some of ours from the first half of this season. Do check them out. They were good. It was good fun. We'll try and do more before the end of the season. But actually, I don't know yet. I haven't decided. But a week on Saturday, England, as in the men's team, are hosting Brazil at Wembley Stadium, and it's a Saturday night game at 7 p.m. I think. And early in the day, Man City are hosting Man United, as in the Women's Super League at the Etihad Stadium. And I'm very tempted because it's at 12:30 that game, and if I leave straight at full time, as it at Man City, I reckon there's trains that I can get from Manchester Piccadilly direct to Euston. And then from Euston, it's actually not that bad to get to Wembley. From there, you just get a direct tube to Wembley. I forgot what it's called. Wembley Central? I can't remember the name. But anyway, it's you literally get off at Wembley Central or whatever, and it takes about 20 minutes from Euston. So, yeah, I'm tempted to try and do a whole day trip of going to the Manchester Women's Derby and then England versus Brazil in the evening, and luckily I've got an aunt who lives in London, so I'd stay with her. It'd be a long day, but it would be quite a good day to do a vlog as well, so keep an eye out for that, and you can find out if that happens or not by clicking that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. It's free to do so. And of course, we're always open to super chats as well to help support the channel if you're enjoying what you're watching. But Arsenal, are they even going to get a goal tonight? It's still only 27 minutes gone, but it's all Chelsea at the moment. It's now with Beth Mead on the right-hand side. They're going to try and get the ball in there now, Arsenal. They've got to do... It's going to go out of play. Oh, why didn't she keep that in? Well, the Arsenal fans in that travelling end are not happy at the moment, that's for sure. I wasn't expecting this. I didn't expect 2 early goals from Chelsea, but it's certainly a bonus for them. Kate asking, when's the next women's football watch-along? You know what? It might be the Chelsea-Ajax game on, I think it's Tuesday night or Wednesday night. I must admit, when the draw was made back in January, I think it was, I was really tempted to go, as in go and check out the Amsterdam Arena, because it's very hard to normally get Ajax men's tickets there, but they're playing at the Amsterdam Arena for the Ajax women's team, and they have done in all their Champions League group games so far, which is, again, great. Great to see that development happening at a club like Ajax. But yeah, that I can't remember if that's Tuesday or Wednesday. Let's go on the internet and find out about the internet. I have no brain. Ooh, what am I doing? Web. There we go. Let's find out. Nope. Where am I going? So Chelsea, yeah, it's on Tuesday night at 5:45 p.m. kickoff. That's the UK time zone kickoff. So yes, we'll be do. I think we'll do a watch along for that. I believe it's on TNT Sports, even though the Women's Champions League left BT. That TNT Sports have done some sort of agreement to show some of the Women's Champions League games, which I guess is good, but it's still against the paywall. You still got to pay to watch the Women's Champions League, which I don't know. It surprised me that's not been more free to watch, really, just like the WSL has been, and the Women's FA Cup, and the Women's Euros, the Women's World Cup. So that's the next Chelsea game on Tuesday. So we'll try and do that, I reckon. And look at Chelsea women here tweeting already a picture of Lauren James, it looks like, if it loads. Made for the big stage. Millie Bright watching on the bench. Yeah, she's injured. Look at they've just brought up the injuries. Sam Kerr injured. Maya Ramirez. It's 3 of them on bloody ACLs. Jesus. Millie Bright knee. That's not a nice one. But yeah, it would seem as though. I mean, Emma Hayes has got it really difficult up until the end of her season. I can sort of see the Adidas. No, the Nike badges on some of the women's socks, but because they're not. Sorry, Nike. Yeah. Yeah, Ramirez is watching in the stands tonight, but she can't take part because she's injured with a groin injury. Here come Chelsea again. They couldn't do it again, could they? Oh, free shot and goal. Oh, it's gone in a deflection. Oh, I feel for Zinsberger because she just can't move in any of these goals that we've seen. And it's another goal. It looks as though it's another goal for Nusken. But while it's becoming one-sided, folks, it's 3-0. Unbelievable. I'm sure it's Nusken that scored. It's another last touch from her for it to just deflect and go in, but Perisic again just intercepting on the halfway line, storms down the right-hand side, cuts in, has a shot, and then it just comes off Nusken. Ball changes direction. Zinsberger was in position. Then when it changed direction, she knew straight away. That's going in the corner. I can't get to that. I do feel for Zinsberger. But it is 3-0. 3 goals. Make that 3 Pringles to have at half time. I don't know. Do people whether you want to watch me eat? I don't think so. 3-0. Deary me. 32nd minute. There we go. Boom. Actually, we're going about Lauren James. I'm going to end that poll. Can Nusken get a hat-trick? Even Abigail's just beat me to it and said it. Well said. Oh my God, there's Lauren James, nearly just over the crossbar. It would have been some goal. And there I am ending her poll of trying to get a hat-trick. She nearly was on course to get one. Let's start the poll. Chelsea are loving it out there. Arsenal are bloody useless at the moment. Alright, there's been quite a few messages, so sorry if I've missed any. Blood and Aces has gone, damn it, Arsenal. Jamie Burgoyne has started a Mexican wave in the chat. Oh, and so's Tash as well. Hello, Tash. Abigail Fernandez says it's 3-0. Pricey Arrow puts in big letters Chelsea with a lion. Paul Macaria says, wow, 3-0. This is looking like payback for what happened at the Emirates. Yes, it was 4-1 to Arsenal at the Emirates. But is this when women's football is very difficult for a visiting team to go to a big stadium where the home team have got so many fans? Because as I say, they're slowly getting used to playing in big stadiums, these teams, but it feels like there's still quite the advantage. And I remember, I mean, look at the Barcelona women's team, like last season, the season before at Camp Nou. They just absolutely grilled any team they had. And they beat Chelsea only 1-0, but most of the time it was all Barcelona in that tie. I went to the game. It was I loved it. It was a great evening to go. I mean, the weather was beautiful. It was just, you know what? It was just great. I loved it. It was awesome. But yeah, it was Chelsea that lost. But, you know, Barcelona still thrashed them in possession and opportunities. And this is against Chelsea under the management of Emma Hayes. Quite a lot of you reckon Nuskin can get a hat-trick. I must admit, I'd love to know what the odds were like for her before the game for her to get a hat-trick. Well, Hannah Hampton's not had much to worry about, and I'd imagine will only decide if I'll just straight away at half-time tell Russo to get on the pitch if she can. But she didn't start this game. Ten minutes to go till half-time. If you have just joined us, where have you been? We've had a match delayed of 30 minutes because of a socks situation with Arsenal, which involved them buying socks from the Chelsea megastore, it would seem. And because of that, they are now losing to the team that owned their socks by 3-0, and we're only 36 minutes in. This is supposed to be a title race game. It doesn't feel like at the moment Arsenal have completely disappeared. And actually, I might have to check what is Arsenal women's biggest loss ever, because I've not seen them lose big in the past. Come on, Wikipedia. Right, let's have a look. So Arsenal's, they normally have these things, but maybe it's not on here. Maybe not. Honours, records. Tell you what, let's search it. Arsenal women biggest. Trying to like type this while watching the game because Chelsea look like they're going to try and go for another. Actually, what's under honours? Biggest defeat. Here we go. Biggest defeat. They've not made this look obvious. Lauren James. Cross comes in, only for Arsenal to actually kick it out. Most defeats. Fewest away, no. Where's the biggest defeats? I don't think we're going to find it. I'll have to have a look at some point, though. I'm intrigued because let's see what the scoreline is here, but it could get bigger. Lemedy saying, I love what I'm seeing. Payback time. Paul saying, away fans definitely have a part to play. But from what I heard, Arsenal sold out for this game. Oh, yeah. They've pretty much filled up the whole stand behind the Chelsea goal. I mean, come the second half, Arsenal, well, Zinsberg will be in that goal. But, yeah, I don't know. It just, maybe Chelsea, maybe it doesn't matter about the atmosphere for a game like this. But, I mean, Arsenal are used to playing at the Emirates in front of over 60,000, so... Actually, the top attendances in the Women's Super League is from Arsenal when they played Man U last month. 60,160 seats sold out. Brilliant. And then, for any of you who are in England, you know, and let's say you know, men's football tickets are not cheap, right? If it's too expensive to start following your men's team, go and see the women's team if you can, or go and see some WSL, or the FA Championship, which is the league below, or even leagues below that. You know, it's a great way to still go see some live football. Here's Lauren James. That took a deflection, I think. So I think she's just won a corner. 5 minutes left of this first half. Well, I thought it was a corner, but I think maybe Zinsberg was just told Lauren James it's actually my goal kick, matey. What does Jonas Eidevall do at half time then to fix this? If there's any way of them coming back. A lot of you do have faith that Nuskin is going to get a hat-trick. 85% of you going for it. 50% saying that she hasn't got a chance. Yeah, what a first half for Chelsea. But yeah, go see a Women's Super League game if you haven't yet. I mean, what I've loved about it as a fan is actually being able to go to stadiums that I've never been to before. So, like England women, I believe, are going to be playing at St James's Park at the end of May in a European qualifier against France. Never been to Newcastle's ground before, and this is a great chance to go. And the tickets won't be expensive either. Lauren James has won a free kick just outside the box there. And there's a yellow card, and I think that's our first booking of the game. And as you'd expect, who got the yellow card? It is Arsenal's very own Katie McCabe. I feel like she's the Roy Keane of Irish women's football, because she always likes to get stuck in. She has a lot of yellow cards against her. It's her 8th yellow card of the season. So they've played 16 games this season in the league, and that's her 8th yellow card. So half of the games she's played, she's received a yellow. Brilliant. But this might not look good for Arsenal, because they're having to get 5 of their players forming a wall, including the player that gave away the free kick of Katie McCabe. Gora Reaton is behind this to take the free kick, it might seem. She goes for it. Oh, just over the crossbar. Just didn't dip enough at the end. It was a good effort from the Norwegian. And Zinsberger, she didn't move a muscle. So if she had found that, if she had directed that ball under the crossbar, that would have been 4-0, match done and dusted, and that would have been some way to end the first half pretty much. Jamie Burgoyne, he says, why'd you have a picture of Ryland Clark on the wall? I mean, I thought that was Muhammad Ali, but I mean, I love Ryland Clark. Ryland Clark's great. Love him. He actually brought out a documentary recently on it was on TNT Sports. I've not watched it yet. It's about his love for football. He's a West Ham fan. I didn't know this. I didn't know Ryland was into football at all, but maybe that's what this documentary is about. And, you know, his fear is obviously his bad experiences of homophobic attitude in football, which is not great. You know, football, I've always believed that football's for everyone, you know. whenever you go to a game, you want to go and enjoy what you enjoy the most. You know, not. I love banter, right? I love banter. I love that between both sets of fans, but not when it becomes racist or homophobic. It's like, come on, it's a sport, it's a game. It's why get personal? I've never understood that. But I've always said that with women's football. It's funny now how big women's football's getting, which is fantastic. We've been wanting this for a long time. But you have all these people that still don't get into it, and that's fine. But what's the problem? Like, if you love watching football, what's the difference? Why do you not want to watch women's football, right? I mean, people could say the quality is not the same. It probably isn't, but it's still great to watch. Nathan saying Arsenal look soccer punched. They really do. Soccer punched in the face. Left with bruises that they'll have to go into at half time. And poor Zinsberger is going to feel it as well. She's going to feel really soccer punched because Noskin has scored 2 goals where Zinsberger just couldn't do anything about it. It's just 2 deflections. You could say they're lucky goals, but they count, and that's all that matters. Oh, Nuskin's limping. She might not get that hat-trick if she's limping. 3 minutes have been added for the end of this first half. Oh, it looks like she landed on her knee quite badly there. Catley and Nuskin both getting involved, both feeling... Well, Nuskin decided to limp it off and walk away, but Catley is still on the ground, and she's being treated by a couple of Arsenal medics, which... Yeah, it doesn't look good. That might have to be our first substitution of the game. Steph Catley, most passes into the opposition box for Arsenal this season. There you go, there's a stat. Nathan, if you're still on, are you? How do you feel after that Bournemouth game the other day? What a comeback from them. But Nathan's a Luton Town fan, and he's a season ticket holder. So, but I think Luton Town are doing brilliantly in the Premier League this season. I just love how they've just gone on with it, you know, and they've played brilliantly in every game. I'd like to think. Lauren James cuts in. Oh, it's way over the crossbar this time. You wouldn't put it past her to score from there, but that time the magic was not on her feet. Burgoyne with, as always, the most convenient question on a sports watch-along. Favourite Butlins resort? The one on the adverts. Yeah. I've never been to a Butlins, but it feels like there's a lot there to do just for a weekender. What's your favourite, Burgoyne? Maybe you want me to ask you that. Oh, Nathan feels deflated. I would be if I was 3-0 up and then you lose 4-3. That's a kick in the dick, to be honest with you. I'm not seeing the actual highlights. I need to watch it, but I love it how the Bournemouth manager said, "Oh, I had every hope that we'd come back." I'm like, what? No, come on. No one expected it. Oh, not even the players of Bournemouth. Oh, Arsenal trying to get Salford there with a low ball cross, only for it to be booted out for a throw by Melanie the Poles. An Arsenal goal just before half-time would be nice, I think, just to kind of make it not feel so one-sided, but that throw-in's come to nothing. And we've reached that 3 minutes. I presume we'll get probably another 30 seconds because Arsenal have had to have one of their players taken off the pitch. Actually, I say that Steph Catley's back on now, but she's from the distance. She still doesn't look like she's recovered. She'll probably need the half-time break. Oh, Reeton falls down. Williamson. Oh, she was about to start protesting, and she got the decision. Gara Reeton couldn't quite believe it. It's funny, Lee Williamson was like this, you know, whoa, no, and then she found out it was her decision. It's like, oh yeah, great, yeah. Oh, how we missed Leah Williamson at the Women's World Cup. It's good to see her back. But it's mad, isn't it? As I always talk about ACL injuries. It feels like they've been gone a lifetime when they're out with those. It's nasty. Well, a minute has gone over the 3 minutes, and as I say that, the referee has paused the game for half time. And, well, I must admit, folks, I didn't think I'd be announcing this scoreline at half time at least. Maybe at full time, depending on how the game was going to go. But Chelsea are 3-0 up, and at this moment in time are going to go 3 points clear at the top of the WSL table from Manchester City, and then 6 points from Arsenal if it stays like this. But as you can see on the scoreboard to your right hand side of the screen, an early goal from Lauren James, and then 2 deflected goals off Nusken, giving Zinsberg a right nightmare of an evening so far to make it 3-0. And it has been mainly Chelsea. Arsenal just haven't created any chances. I don't think they've even... Well, they've had one shot on target, but it was a comfortable one for Hannah Hampton to deal with and just catch it, basically. So, yeah, 3-0 at half-time to Chelsea. And let's check the stats at half-time then, before we have our half-time break. So, as you can see... Actually, no, not yet. Nusken has got the biggest rating so far on SofaScore at 8.8. Lauren James is behind her at 8.0, but when you score 2 goals, you're most likely going to be at the top of the ratings. Who's the one that's not doing it for Arsenal, according to SofaScore? Zinsberger, apparently, because she has conceded 3 goals, but it's just unfortunate, at least 2 of them. But that's your ratings right there. I love it how Hannah Hampton's on 7. She's not had to do much, but still on 7. And Katie McCabe, not great so far. 5.9 out of 10 for her. She's the lowest scorer, it looks like. Well, no, in terms of outfield player for the visitors, she is Katie McCabe. Yellow card against her as well. Her 8th yellow card of the season. Stats, though, where have we got? Oh, hang on. We've got player statistics. I'm not seeing this bit on SofaScore before, so this is interesting. Accurate passes. Erin Cuthbert, 84%. It's a lot to take in here. Yeah, it's a lot to go through that. But we got the match stats on the left-hand side, it looks like. So, possession-wise, it's actually been mainly Arsenal. That surprises me. 55% for Arsenal. While Chelsea are on 45. Shots on target, look at that. Chelsea really clinical. 3 shots on target, 3 goals. 1 for Arsenal, as I mentioned, but not one to remember. And shots off target more towards Chelsea at 5. Arsenal with 2. And block shots as well for Chelsea, 3 of them. Corners, we've only seen 3 corners, 2 of them for Chelsea, 1 for Arsenal. 2 offsides, both teams receiving that. And we've only had 1 booking, which, as we mentioned, was given to Arsenal's Katie McCabe. And that's it, really. So, we're going to have a quick break, I think, folks, and then we'll be back for the second half of the watch-along. So don't go anywhere. Go grab a drink, stay on the stream, and remember to subscribe and give us a like. We'll be back very shortly. Don't go anywhere. Hello, welcome back. Sorry for the delay. The game has just started again. And there's been a few changes, actually. Actually, I'm a few seconds behind on the clock. Hang on. So, yes, there has been changes, mainly for Arsenal. Let me just get it up on the screen. We go Chelsea women. But it's actually Arsenal that made the changes. Timeline, and it is all substitutions coming from Arsenal. Starting off with Emily Fox replacing Steph Catley, which was expected. She was injured at the end of the first half, and she looked like she needed treatment again for when it was the end of the first half, and that's what's happened. Victoria Pelova is gone. She's been replaced by Frida Manham. And Stina Blackstenios, the top goal scorer for Arsenal this season. Just a long-range effort there. It's just gone wide by Katie McCabe. Alicia Russo has come on for her. Surprised they've not tried to keep both on if that was possible, but we'll see what the formation looks like on the pitch in a moment. But yeah, Russo coming on to replace her. I thought Blackstenios hadn't had much to shout. When you're 3-0 down, you just go for it, in my eyes. Because in my eyes, I think Arsenal are out of the title race. Message. I've just read more comments. Tash Bradley saying Barry Island Butlins is good because it's been demolished. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Barry Island, I've only been to Barry Island once and I went back in January. I absolutely loved it, but I was only there for the morning. Oh dear. Beth Mead running into the Arsenal bench there. Bit nasty. But yeah, those are the substitutions anyway. And if you didn't know the lineups, that's what it looks like at the moment. Well, those are the starting lineups anyway. But anyway, let's go back to the main screen. There we go. Take it, you can hear me. Yep, it's working. So, Arsenal just got to try something. Is Medema available in this game? I'm not checked. Yeah, she isn't. I was gonna say she probably would have started, but I just feel like Medema just isn't the player she was. She used to score goals for fun, but it's completely changed. Oh, Caitlin Ford's just been penalised for a foul, it seems. Chelsea get a free kick. Hannah Hampton takes it because it's in the penalty area. Boots it up back into the Arsenal half. Oh, here they come again, Chelsea. Oh, God. Gore Eaton must feel as though she should have got there, really. Her opponent was starting to fall to the ground and she was the last player back, but not entirely sure what happened there to Gora. I thought she was going to just take the ball and go and score. Actually, I've never checked the video printer today. What the score's like there at the moment. Oh, Cristiano Ronaldo scored, it seems, from the penalty spot for Al Nassr. Must be quite late there, Saudi Arabia. They're a few hours ahead, so it must be nearly midnight there, actually. Get in touch on the live chat page, folks. Love to hear from you. 5 minutes into the second half, still Chelsea 3, Arsenal 0. Lisa Russo coming on to replace Blackstenios in a hope to try and turn this game around, but even Russo looks unsure. Joe Crosland, the greatest Joe Crosland in the world, has got in touch. And I'll tell you this now, he'll cross your land. That's what his surname is about. I wouldn't want to cross his land. He'd kick me and beat me up. Joe won't mind me saying this, I'm sure, but his Twitter account is very entertaining. I quite like the dry sense of humour. He might disagree with me, but I love it. Actually, Joe Crosland, have you got the new Star Wars Battlefront? Yeah, I got it last night and it's so addictive. I think I spent most of today doing that instead of work. Dunfermline Athletic 2, Dundee United 0 at half-time in the... I think that is the Scottish Championship, isn't it? So, again, shame they don't put the competition on the video printer, but then we'd run out of space, I guess. But yeah, Joe, I don't know if you've been watching this game, but it's been all Chelsea. Arsenal final score prediction from Claire. That's what she's asked. Sorry, from Kate. Why did I say Claire? Where did I get that from? I'll start a new poll. Will Chelsea get 5 goals? Let's put it in then on the live chat page. If you haven't yet, folks, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Final score prediction, Kate. What did I go for originally? I said 2-1 Arsenal, didn't I? I can't remember now. I'm looking for the old message because I put it on the live chat page. Yeah, I said 2-1 Arsenal. How wrong I was, Kate, eh? How wrong I was. But I feel like, in all fairness, since the start of the second half, Arsenal have been on the front foot mainly. Here comes a free kick for Arsenal. And despite all that, it's just ended up being a header wide goal kick for Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea should obviously win in this position, but you never bloody know. Kate saying perhaps a good question is whether Arsenal will score. Mr. Joe Crosland says, I haven't played the new Battlefront. I think that's what he means. He says, we'll have to have a game in the Jam Cave. Definitely. Oh, this could be 4. Oh, it's saved by Zinsberger. Was that Perisic again with the run? She's unbelievable to watch. I've not watched her that many times this season, but every time I have, she's been a breath of fresh air. Good save by Zinsberger, though. Could have flopped there, but instead she stood her ground. She just stayed there, made sure she blocked the shot, and she did. And it's good goalkeeping. Leah Williamson was beaten. She couldn't. I don't think she would have kept up with her, to be honest. But yes, the new Star Wars Battlefront game. Oh, Catley, great. No, not Catley. Caitlin Ford. Great run there as well from her, the Australian. But yeah, if any of you Star Wars fans, if you ever used to play Battlefront 1 and 2, the remake has just come out for them. I say remake, it's still the old graphics and stuff, but you can now play online. It's so much fun. Yeah, one or two of you were asking earlier what will be the next watch along in terms of women's football. I think it will be Chelsea versus Ajax on Tuesday night at 5:45. So early kickoff, you could say, in terms of an evening slot. So yeah, do join us for that. I plan to do it anyway. But that is the start of the knockout stages of the Women's Champions League. Going to decide if I was just about to make another substitution. My internet might be a little bit slow for a moment, folks. Sorry if there's a delay. But it's great. I've got a TV now next to my monitor to watch the sports when doing these watch-alongs. It's great. And this is, for any of you who are into your video games, I'm not going to make a promise, but I'm going to try and do it on Sunday. A live stream of a random video game. I don't know what yet. I haven't decided. I've just got to make sure that the tech that I've got will work so that I can do it. But I will... I can't share anything right now, but if you can... I don't think you can follow Let's Talk Games on Twitch yet. So Let's Talk Games is our other YouTube channel. You can find us on YouTube with Let's Talk Games. We do have a Twitch account, but I don't know... I don't think you can find us until we've actually done a video at least on there, so... Yeah. But for any of you video gamers, I plan to start doing some streaming on games. No idea what on yet. Probably some old games to start off with. Beth Mead completely dispossessed there. She's had a pretty quiet night. But again, you could say it for the entire Arsenal squad, but especially Beth Mead, who was the Golden Boot winner of when England won the Women's Euros. It was nearly 2 years ago now. But of course, they've got their qualifications coming up for the European Championships, England, and they play them all this year. They've got to play 6 games, 3 at home, 3 away. And I'm thinking of actually going to Dublin for the away match against Republic of Ireland. It's going to be at the... Looks as though it's going to be at the Viva Stadium. Yeah, Viva Stadium, which is... Yeah, I've always wanted to go there, actually. It's quite a weird structured stadium, but... Let me show you a picture if I can find it. Hang on. If we go... Aviva Stadium. It's in Dublin, and the Irish rugby team normally play there. But the structure's so weird. Like, look at this. Like, I've seen it from the outside, because I've been to Dublin before, but I've just never been inside it. But look, obviously modern, but just look at the left-hand side here. It's just dipped so much, but as you can, it makes more sense now because you've got houses around there. So I take it they always wanted to build some sort of stadium in that space, but they couldn't have all stands being the same. But it's so weird because look at it. You've got a small tier there, just there, while everything else is high up in the mountains. It's like a midget hanging around with loads of NBA basketball players. It's just bizarre. But yeah. I don't get paid extra for saying NBA. But yeah, I don't know. I've always wanted to go see it. It hosted the Europa League final in 2011. I think it might be hosting it again this year, you know. But yeah, I like it. It's a nice stadium. I've not been though. I just would like to see it. Kate asking, which countries have you been to watch football? So I've been to Qatar, because that was to go and see the Men's World Cup. Australia and New Zealand for the Women's World Cup. Let's count England. Wales, Scotland. I've only watched one game in Scotland, surprisingly. Never seen a game in Ireland, or Northern Ireland. I've seen a match in France, actually a couple of matches in France. I've seen a few matches in Germany. Never seen a game in Belgium. Or Singapore. Ball comes in. Hannah Hampton comfortably picks it up as we reach 1 hour into the game. But there's just no signs of Hannah Hampton being beaten at the moment. She just looks different, doesn't she, Hannah Hampton? She just looks like a completely more confident goalkeeper. But, you know, she's earned a spot, it would seem, under Emma Hayes to be their #1 goalkeeper. Well, hang on. I'll talk more about the country in a minute. But Lauren James is through. She might go for 4. Oh, that's a terrible effort. She just kicked it right at Zinsberger. She had all the time in the world. Should be 4. Should have been 4. And we could have had Lauren James being 1 goal away from a hat-trick. What other countries? I've never seen a game in Israel. Hang on, is Russo? Oh, deflected. And Hannah Hampton keeps it in. Good goalkeeping again to avoid it being a Arsenal goal corner kick. Another big save by Zinsberg. If there's any way of them coming back into this. But yeah, Lauren James, maybe she could have played it across, but with the capability she has as a forward, you'd think she can do it all on her own, but not that time. Still a good save by Zinsberger. Again, she stood to her ground and made sure she did her bit at least, and she did. But yeah, other countries. You know what? I don't think I've actually been to that many countries to actually see a game of football. Wait, what am I saying? Liechtenstein. I've been to a game in Liechtenstein. That was great. Got to see Liechtenstein playing in Vaduz with my good friend Seb. Yeah, that was great. I've been to America to see a football game. I went to see New York City versus Columbus Crew. So that's another one. I've been to Holland, but I've never been to see a game of football there. Portugal I've been to, but I've never seen a game there. I've seen a game, depends how you see it. I've been to Barcelona to see a game of football. But do you count that as Spain or Catalonia, depending on what side you're on? I've got a friend who's from Barcelona, who lives literally not far down the road from me. He is feeling that he's Catalonian. So I like to respect that. So I'd like to say Catalonia for Barcelona. I'm thinking of trying to go to the Women's Champions League final in May. I can't remember. It's in Spain, but I can't remember if it's in Balboa or Madrid. Either way, it should be a good game to go and see whoever makes it to that final. But yeah, technically I've not really seen a game in Spain either, I guess. I'm off to Sweden and Denmark in May for Eurovision. And I'm hoping in the week that I'm there, I'm hoping that there might be some sort of game, some local football match on at least, which would be great. Are you watching? Wait, you're watching the golf? Are you watching the Players' Championship? I'm jealous. Players' Championship golf. It is Players' Championship week. It's the biggest golf tournament outside the 4 majors, in case you didn't know. Oh, McCabe's just kicked the... Oh, ow. McCabe's just kicked the ball at close range at one of her opponent's face. That was at Canewood. Yeah, her eyes are watering after that. She's got 9 assists for Chelsea this season, the most for the club. Another Swedish international playing in the WSL, because I mean the Swedish national team are brilliant. You know, what a group of players. Just missed out on reaching the World Cup final after losing to Spain. And I must admit, as an England fan at the time, I wanted Sweden to go through because I felt more confident we would beat them instead of Spain. Joe saying that ever since Hannah Hampton ignored me on a dating app, she's just gotten better. I'd like to think I gave her the opportunity, as in I'd like to think I made that happen. So I was there before it went all well for her, so that doesn't make me sound better, does it? No. I better not tell her, look. Fella's watching, I better not tell her. Yeah. I matched with a women's goalkeeper, and then nothing happened. I sent her a message, and she just completely blocked me. And she didn't report me. I didn't say anything bad. She just blocked me. Which others I've had matched, and they just ghost you. But no, she made sure her voice was known. I never even said anything. Oh, Joe says it's in Balboa. I kept thinking it was in Madrid. But either way, Bilbao Stadium is meant to be amazing, apparently. Let's have a look on Google. A friend of mine did go there a couple of years ago and said it was quite the place. Let's go on the web. So we don't know who's in the final yet, but this is the stadium. San Mamés? I mean, look at that for a stadium. Yeah, that's quite nice. It's quite normal in a way. Yep, home to Athletic Club, known as Bilbao. Looks like they're playing Real Madrid at the end of the month on Easter Sunday. But yeah, look, oh, hang on a minute. Chelsea are going to go for it again. Across the face of... Oh, great save by Zinsberger. Yet again. Like I say, she has been unfortunate, Zinsberger, because she had 2 goals that were deflections at the end of the day. Not many goalkeepers can save them. But yeah, again, another fine save just to keep it at 3-0. But Arsenal just can't... The signs are there for them to just improve, but it's just not happening, is it? I mean, she made that save against Lauren James one-on-one. She's just made another save there that should have been a goal. It could have been 5-6-0 to Chelsea if it wasn't for Zinsberger. Kate asking, which games did you see at the Women's World Cup? Oh, that's a good memory question. So I saw the Netherlands take on South Africa. Netherlands won that. Then it was Australia against Denmark. Yeah, Australia against Denmark, where Australia just got through, didn't they, in the groups? And this was the knockout game, their first knockout game. And Australia played really well that night. I think that's when they really turned it round in their campaign to actually make a statement. And they did. Who else did I see? Oh, was that not handball? There's Russo. Shot wide. And then I think that's when I then after that went to a game in Melbourne. Yeah, that was it. It was Colombia versus Jamaica. Colombia versus Jamaica. And then Colombia would then go to Sydney to play England. And England obviously won that one. Did I only go to one game in that weekend before? Yeah, and I went to both semis, one in Auckland and one, the Auckland one, Sweden versus Spain, and then the night after it was England, I think, when they played Australia, and then the final. I think I went to 6 games when I was out there, but I also got to see some Aussie rules football. That was cool. What else did I go see? No, I didn't. I was gonna go and see some rugby league, but I didn't at the end. I think it just ended up being so much going on, and I just never got the chance to. But Aussie rules, I definitely went to go see just to see what it was all about. Not a bad sport, but it's a bit long. It's a bit long, and you kind of know who's going to win with quite a lot left to go. But again, you could say this about this game with 20 minutes to go. Hannah Hampton's had no problems tonight. Comfortably picks up from a set piece again. Kate saying, bet that was a good atmosphere, the Aussie game. Yeah, I mean, the semi-final when it was England versus Australia was when Sam Kerr scored that absolute rocket from what, like 40 yards out. I was some goal, but I was so nervous because Australia had got the goal back. And with it being England's third successive World Cup semi-final appearance, I just thought, please, England, don't bottle it again. Let's get to World Cup final because they've never done it before. Tell you what, Hannah Hampton looks quite small. I can't say anything. I'm 5'6", but just looking at her compared to the goal net, she looks quite small. Does feel like a dead game now with just under 20 minutes to go, but as the ball's just gone out for a throw for Arsenal, but Leah Williamson will have to delay her throwing because Zinsberger is currently needing treatment. Leah Walty's just come off for Coney Cross, another Australian. But yeah, when Sam Kerr scored, I couldn't believe how loud it was. It was so loud. And obviously that was momentum for Australia to maybe actually beat England. But fair play to England. They stuck to the plan, they won. And I was so happy that they got to the final. Because it was one of those, even though England didn't win the World Cup, it was just nice to finally see a women's team for England get to the final after they've been working so hard to get to one in the last 3 World Cups. Just wish they won it. But I think maybe well, they were Spain the best team at the World Cup. I honestly thought Japan were going to be the ones to beat, but that didn't happen. If they lose to Sweden, wouldn't it, Japan? Zinsberger, she's back on her feet, but is she gonna? Of course, goalkeepers don't just come off and on the pitch. They don't do it with goalkeepers. She seems okay. Let's see what other WSL games are on this weekend, especially Man City, who need to win their game to stay level with Chelsea on points. If I could just click web. There we go. So it looks as though Everton are playing Villa tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Is that at... Where's that at? Oh, it's at Walton Hall Park. Man United versus Bristol City at noon on Sunday. Liverpool, same time as Man United's game at noon on Sunday at home to West Ham. I presume that's at the Tranmere ground, Prenton Park. And then half an hour later after them to start their game, Brighton and Hove Albion hosting Man City. So Man City going all the way down to Broadfield Stadium to get that win over Brighton. You'd think they'll do it, but they'll feel the pressure just because of how Chelsea have beaten Arsenal tonight, knowing that Chelsea are probably still the favourites to win this league. Tottenham and Leicester as well is at 2 o'clock. So a bit weird kickoff times on Sunday, actually. But no daft late kickoff that they do at like 7:15 at night, which is ridiculous. There we go then. Chelsea with a corner. The weekend after is a good one. Quite a few games on at different stadiums. Man City, Man United, that'll be at the Etihad Stadium. So I think that's only the second time ever them to have played at the Etihad. Who else? Everton, Liverpool the day after the United Manchester the day after the Manchester derby. Well, it says Everton, Liverpool's at Walton Hall Park. I thought it was at Goodison. I don't know. I thought that was at Goodison. I could have sworn it was. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Aston Villa Arsenal is at Villa Park on the Sunday night at 7:15. And Chelsea are away to West Ham. Where's that going to be played at? Chigwell Construction Stadium, so not the Olympic Stadium. But normally when it's international break, you do have sometimes the teams will try and play at the men's Premier League grounds. Hence the Manchester derby being on that weekend. But imagine the WSL have actually kind of changed their fixtures a little bit. They probably use a computer to arrange who plays when and stuff, but they've probably changed it a little bit. They've probably changed it a little bit so that they can actually be able to sell tickets better for the big fixtures in the league when the men's teams are away playing for their international teams. Good marketing idea. It makes sense, and you're not bending the rules, are you, really? Up to the league what they want to do. Oh dear, poor Stuart. He says, help me, mate. Currently watching golf with a scumbag. I think we all know who that scumbag is. It's Jamie Davies. And we don't want to say his name more than once. It's a curse if we even say it the first time. Sweet Jesus. I'm going to have a furry hand the next morning somehow. Meanwhile, Arsenal have been a curse to themselves. 3-0 down. No signs of getting a goal back at all in this second half. Actually, just think this game would have been finished probably around 10 minutes ago, but if you didn't know and you've just joined us, the game is not over in added time or anything. It's just there was a half-hour delay because of Arsenal having the wrong coloured socks. We couldn't write it. Oh, Kate McCabe now. Oh, it's too long. I didn't know you were a golf fan, Stuart. I'm going to sound like a girl, but my hair's a mess today. It's absolute shite. And no, don't say it's always normally shit. I have heard that one before. Stuart being serious. Stuart, you being serious. What about the Chelsea Arsenal kit thingy? Yeah, I'm not joking. Arsenal had to go buy some socks from the Chelsea mega store, apparently. Stuart saying it's always beautiful. Oh, thanks, buddy. Oh, unless you're on about the socks. If they sting. So Chelsea going to go 3 points clear and 6 points clear of Arsenal. 3 points clear of Man City before they play their game against Brighton on Sunday. Oh, Russo's lost it. Oh, they're in trouble. 3 blue shirts in the box. First cross is blocked. Should be another chance to try and get this in, maybe, unless Kate McCabe blocks it again. Stuart saying that is ridiculous. Should be docked points for it. I mean, I don't know what Arsenal were thinking. Everyone knows Chelsea play white with blue, so there was, it's always been full on blue and then white socks. I'm sure that's always been the case when Chelsea are at home, anyway. But our next stream on Let's Talk Sport will be on Sunday night. It'll be the Serie A live commentary of Inter Milan. Sorry about that. So it will be our next watch along, which is on your screen right now. Inter Milan versus Napoli this Sunday night at 8 p.m. kickoff. No, 7:45 p.m. kickoff, English time, that is. So do join myself for live commentary of that. Inter Milan, pretty much, you would like to think I've got both hands on winning the Serie A title for this season, but they do welcome the current champions of Napoli to San Siro, and yeah, do join us for it. I'm looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun. So that's this Sunday. This Sunday at 7:45 for live commentary. So do join me for that. It'd be great to have your company. And if you're new, do subscribe to Let's Talk Sport. And as I said, for any of you gaming fans, if I get the chance on Sunday, I'm going to try and do a first ever gaming stream on Twitch with Let's Talk Games. Or I might just do it on Let's Talk Games' YouTube channel to start off with, who knows. But if you actually go on the Let's Talk Sport homepage, and there should be a section where it has linked channels or channels that we follow, as in Let's Talk Sport, and you should be able to find Let's Talk Games. Again, I don't know what game I'm going to stream on yet. I'm going to have a think, but I'm going to set up the tech, I think, on Sunday morning. And if it's working, I'll figure out what game to start on. But I'm thinking maybe a what do you call it? An old retro game, something a bit different. Kate looks like she's left her last message for the night on the stream. She said, "I've got to go now, but great stream." Oh, thanks, Kate. Have a good weekend, Kate. Hope you're happy about the result. I didn't actually ask you which team you support, I don't think, Kate. Stuart asking what you're playing. I can't decide, man. I'm not sure. I'm thinking PS2, but I've never actually, I don't know. Xbox 360, I never have problems doing I've done, not watch-alongs, I've done not live streams. I've recorded gameplay on Xboxes before. They're quite simple to set up, so it might be something on that, but I haven't decided. While Lauren James is going off, she is leaving the pitch with just under 8 minutes left. She scored the opening goal tonight to start separating them away from Arsenal in terms of the scoreline. Relied on a bit of luck when the ball hit Zinsberger, but whatever it takes, as some would say. All before Nusken scored a brace later on in the first half. But that's Lauren James done for the night. She's just come off. Joe's saying hit and run, and so's Stuart. Oh, hang on. Oh, Arsenal nearly got through there, but the first touch was heavy. And Hannah Hampton got there in time. Hannah Hampton would hate to concede now. She's hardly had any threats against her. Oh. Yeah, Joe and Stuart saying hit and run. I have done, I don't know if you guys ever saw it, but in lockdown, I did do a bit of a walkthrough through Simpsons Hit and Run. I never completed it though, so maybe I could return to that. I don't know what, I've got the Futurama video game as a thought as well. But no! Oh, I might have to do the Family Guy video game. It's terrible, but I love it. I haven't played it in so long. But yes, I'm going to see how I feel on Sunday. If I could get the equipment working on this setup I've got now in the office here. I've got a TV to my right, which I was going to play it on. Put a games console here on this desk or something. And yeah, see how it goes. But yeah, I'm going to try it. See how it goes. Try the equipment out, and then if so, I'll try and share a link or something. But to anyone else, if you've got any suggestions on what I could play on, then let me know. Oh, Fox tried to get in there, but Ashley Lawrence wasn't having any of it. No, sorry, Buchanan. I always get mixed up. Well, I'm going to start a new poll. I don't think Chelsea are going to get the 5 goals. Let's start a new one. Who will be your player of the match? And then we'll announce the winner at the end of this game. Oh, Kim Little has scored. It's a great goal. Hannah Hampton picks up and boots it in the air. She's clearly not happy to have lost her clean sheet, but it's a great goal from Kim Little with 4 minutes to go. There's a bit of spark. There are people celebrating like crazy, but I mean, calm down, Arsenal. You've still got to score 2 more goals. It's a lovely goal from Kim Little. You know what, I'm going to put Zinsberger as a nomination because she has made some good saves tonight. Right, I better change that scoreline to 1. So there has been a goal for Arsenal. It was a great goal. '86th minute that was. 3 minutes left. Offside against Chelsea. Some noise from the Arsenal fans. I don't think Hannah Hampton's going to be hard on herself and be frustrated, but she actually kicked it pretty much up into the stand. She could have got a yellow card. Yes, she did. She got a yellow card for it. It's Hannah Hampton getting a yellow card just like that, just with frustration. And she's had a calm game as well. But it was a good goal. It kind of came out of nowhere, and if you don't hit it, you don't know. Actually, I wonder how many clean sheets Hannah Hampton's got this season. Let's have a look. 4 clean sheets in the 6 games in the WSL. Could have been a 5th tonight, but that's not been the case here. 6 clean sheets in total then. 1 in the National League Cup, which is the Conte Cup, and the Women's FA Cup. So, yeah, not bad. She's only played, 6 clean sheets out of 10 games. So no wonder Emma Hayes has been keen to keep her there. Could be another, or was a shot on target from Russo, which, what if that had found the net? Oh, it would have been a nervous last couple of minutes. 540 minutes, it looks like. Yeah. But yeah, that's her stats of this season, it looks like. About to reach the 90th. Been a very comfortable game, really, for Chelsea. I mean, it'd be interesting to see how much added time there is, if there is any chance of Arsenal trying to get some sort of comeback going on here, but we'll find out in a few seconds. But Chelsea reminding us all, why they are probably the best team still in England. And I'm intrigued to see what life will be like for Chelsea when Emma Hayes is out of a job. Well, leaves her job. She's not out of a job. She's switching jobs, isn't she? But ball through. No, Fox does very well to track that ball and intercept it before Gora Reaton got there. Throwing for Arsenal, it's on the wrong side of the pitch, and 5 minutes of added time. Perhaps I'd have only given 4, but I'm not a 4th official. gone out for another throw-in. So 1 minute gone in that 5 minutes. Now Arsenal going on the attack. We've got to believe they've just got to like try and score going on this attack, because then all of a sudden they've got 3 minutes of. Imagine if they did save this though. I mean, I can't see them doing it, but you just never bloody know, do you? If you haven't yet, folks, vote for your player of the match. Oh, there was a bit of short passing going on around the edge of the Chelsea box from Arsenal, but they've given it away. It was looking promising. It was building up there, but they couldn't keep it going. The options for your player of the match to vote: Lauren James, Nusken, Manuela Zinsberger. Pretty short options, but those are your options, folks. Oh, just over the crossbar. Arsenal there. Fair play. In the last few minutes, they've opened up, but why now? Why have they left it so late? I still would have kept Blackstenios on. Top goal scorer this season. Just keep her on. Should have kept her on in that second half. Along with Russo. Just go for it. You know, you're out of the title race in my eyes if you lose this game, and that's what's happened. Hannah Hampton with the goal kick. It was a strike from out of nowhere from Kim Little. That's why it's at 3-1, to be honest. It's like a Paul Scholes goal, you know, just comes out to you 30, 40 yards out, smash it, see what happens. Oh, Lawrence now on the left-hand side. She might just get... Oh, another save by Zinsberger. Another foot save. Chelsea have done enough here to have scored 5 goals or more, but Zinsberger's made sure of that. Made sure not of that to happen anyway. No doubt Arsenal's best player tonight, and that's never good when you're mentioning the goalkeeper. Chelsea going one more time. I need to figure out what I'm going to have for tea. I've not had my tea yet with this, because originally I thought this game would be a 7 PM kickoff. It ended up being 7:30 because of the kit problem at the start. So I thought I'd have tea a bit early tonight, but no, I've had to wait. That should be Arsenal's. Yeah, that's gone out for a goal kick for Chelsea. And we're just about to reach that 5th added minute. Either way, Emma Hayes has done it again, though, hasn't she? Despite having injuries of the likes of Sam Kerr and Millie Bright missing, still getting the results, isn't she? Goes to Man City last week to win in the League Cup semis and get them into the final. They'll play Arsenal at the end of this month, so Jonas Eideval and Emma Hayes will be up against each other at least one more time, you could say, after this game. And Hannah Hampton's kicked the ball up in the air, and it has reached full time. Good to see Jonas and Emma just doing a quick handshake there. I don't really know if there's much, if they know each other well enough. I mean, they've both become pundits quite a lot outside of the WSL, so, you know, two characters of women's football we're very well aware of. But yes, game over and done, and I think, to be honest with you, I think that's over for Arsenal. I think they're out the title race. I know they're only 6 points is still not a bad gap, but when you look at how good Chelsea are, they don't make many slip-ups. And I think Arsenal have given themselves too much to do with... I think they've only got 6 games left. So unless Chelsea completely collapse and Arsenal obviously get into really good form, I just can't see it happening. So I actually do think we're in a 2-team title race now of Manchester City and Chelsea. They will play on Sunday away at Brighton, the Sky Blues, to obviously aim to stay on the same points as Chelsea. But Chelsea, regardless, will stay top this weekend because they have got a better goal difference over Man City. But yeah, Chelsea looking very delighted there on the pitch as all their players are just shaking hands and stuff at full time. So Chelsea on 40 points after 16 games played. Arsenal on 34 points, again with 16 games played. But Chelsea way ahead on goal difference over Arsenal at plus 34. Arsenal on plus 17. But Man City aren't they on as far as behind of Chelsea than I thought? Plus 29, so 5 behind Chelsea's goal difference before they even play against Brighton on Sunday. And who knows, Man City might look at that goal difference and think, let's see what happens. You know, that maybe if we can get some goals, we can try and close the gap on the goal difference. The opportunity's there for them. But let's quickly have a look at the table. Let me just show you it in front of you before we wrap up. Let's look at the table. So, there we go. I must admit, I thought the table would show me a bit more than that, but it's only giving me matches played and points. But anyway, that's just been updated. As I say, Chelsea top on 40 points after 16 matches played. And Man City, I mean, look at their last 5 for Man City. So you'd expect them to beat Brighton on Sunday. If they win, they will keep it, at least just them two in the title race. And Arsenal, as I say, Arsenal being 6 points behind Man City and Chelsea, possibly. I just can't see them coming back. Man United way behind in 4th with 25 points, 9 behind Arsenal. So I think it's fair to say Arsenal have at least cemented top 3 regardless of the result today. Liverpool 5th, same amount of points as Man United. So quite the rivalry there to try and get top 4. Leah Williamson, actually, as I go through the table, just with her teammates going towards the away fans who come and filled up quite a lot of seats tonight at Stamford Bridge. They reckon it was 6,000, don't they? 6,000 Arsenal supporters came tonight, which is brilliant support. No surprise, they really do bring good support to their away games. Regardless of where they play in England, they always turn up. But yeah, Chelsea players just clapping, doing their lap of honour around the pitch before everyone goes home for the evening. But looking at the bottom of the WSL, Bristol City last on 6 points, 6 behind West Ham. West Ham only 2 behind Everton, so the relegation battle's still not over there. So it's very tight at the bottom, nearly not as tight, but you know, it just shows there are still places up for grabs in the WSL, and there's at least 6 to 7 more match days remaining. So still a lot to play for in the WSL, but it just shows that mistakes and slip-ups cannot be affordable anymore for the rest of the season. But I think we are going to wrap it up there. Let me just end the poll. As we asked you, who was your player of the match today? And we have the results. And our winner is Lauren James of Chelsea. She scored the opening goal to start the rampage of that first half from the Blues. And here we are then. So, Lauren James, 59% of you going for her. Nusken, who scored a brace in the first half, 37%. And Zinsberg, I thought I'd put her in to have someone represent Arsenal because I feel like it'd be too biased. But yeah, it was hard to pick anyone else, really. Zinsberger made some good saves, but she couldn't keep out... she couldn't keep out the 3 goals that were scored. 2 of them were impossible. They were deflections. It was just impossible. But 3% goes towards Zinsberger from your vote. So congratulations to Lauren James. She is Let's Talk Sports Player of the Match tonight. She'll get the award in the post. But if it's with Royal Mail Outlet, she'll probably never get it. If anything, to be honest with you, if it's to do with the post office, all I can say is you won't get you won't, if they can't deliver on their mistakes with people from the last 20 years or whatever, they're not going to deliver to. I should really be careful what I'm saying. I do rely on the post office, so I'm going to shut up because it's Friday night. I want to get my tea. I've really enjoyed the stream tonight. I hope you have as well at home. And if you want to see more of our content, click that subscribe button. Subscribe to Let's Talk Sport on YouTube. And if you get the chance as well, as I said, go onto Let's Talk Sport YouTube channel and look out for Let's Talk Games. It's another channel of ours. Not many subscribers, not many videos on it at the moment, but I'm hoping to do some live game streaming soon on Twitch mainly, but of course they'll be on YouTube as well. And yeah, and just another reminder that we do have a next stream this Sunday night between Inter Milan and Napoli. That's at 7:45 p.m. Live commentary from myself. So be sure to join me for that. Oh, I've gone. Where am I going? Oh, there we go. I'm back. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up now. Thanks very much for watching. Enjoy your evening. Go get pissed or go and have a silent night and play some Stars Battlefront, because that's what I'm going to do, I think, for the rest of the night. So Emma Hayes showing us yet again why she has probably the best team in England right now. Could we ever doubt that woman? I don't think we can. We can never doubt her again after that result tonight. Chelsea winning comfortably. Arsenal are going to have to go back to the drawing board and figure out how they're going to try and win a title under Jonas Eidevall. For me, the title race is done for them. It is just Man City and Chelsea left. Chelsea have asked the question to Man City. They've asked them, no, they've told them, it's your go next. Can you stay? Can you stick with us? If not, we're going to go and win the title. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one. See you later.